Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Sableye. Sableye on yet another very powerful and strong team in the Great League. Guys, I want to bring you the best teams that can really help you achieve your goals this season in Pokemon Go Battle League. And we have yet another very powerful team with Sableye on the lead. Sableye, we all know, is a very powerful safe swap, probably the best safe swap in the Great League. And a good rule of thumb to go by is if a Pokemon makes for a good safe swap, there's a good chance it's going to make for a very solid lead as well, and that is exactly what we have in Sableye. Sableye has strong neutral matchups all across the board in the Great League. It just really has problems with Charmers, and for that reason, we've got two very powerful, tanky steel types in the back. If we happen to run into any of those pesky Charmers in the Great League, we're safe swapping Stunfisk if we find a Charmer on the lead. And we've got good old Registeel in the back to close the game strong. Registeel makes for a very strong closer when shields are down. It's bulky enough to perform very well when shields are down, and powerful enough to really threaten your opponent with its heavy charge move pressure between the Legacy Zap Cannon and, of course, Focus Blast. But without further ado, before we hop into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go, picking up a not-so-good lead in a Zoom roll. Speaking of those fairies, although this fairy does not run charms, so we can hang out here a little bit. They did not build up to a potential play rough, so we're not shielding that, and we're going to look to get off some chip damage on this Azumarill before making a play into Stunfisk. This will get the Azumarill within a manageable health range, just in case it's running Hydro Pump as we make the play into our Stunfisk. And they are building up to the potential Hydro Pump, so all we really need is a Rock Slide plus a few Mud Shots to get rid of this Azu. And it's looking like they're trying to get off something big, so we're going to throw up a Shield out of caution. And they bait us with an Ice Beam, so that is unfortunate, but Stunfisk thoroughly outpaces Azumarill. We will definitely be able to make it to 2 Rock Slides before they can get to a potential Hydro Pump. And they go down completely on shields, so something in the back either doesn't want to see a Sableye or a Stunfisk, and we're about to find out as we say bye-bye to the Azumarill, and it's an Alolan Marowak. So yeah, Alolan Marowak definitely doesn't want to see a Sableye, but you know what, guys? It definitely doesn't want to see an Earthquake either, as we one-shot the Alolan Marowak with our Stunfisk, and holy smokes, they got an Altaria in the back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it is lights out, guys. If you haven't already noticed, Registeel is one of the hardest counters to Altaria, and they know that, so they saved us all some time as they concede the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. This team is super strong for the Great League, guys. I'm telling you, the only way you really lose is if you get Mon for Mon hard counter or if you make a mistake. Other than that, this team wins a lot as they make a play into a Walrein. So we go into Registeel. When I made the decision to do this, I was immediately regretting it because I think Stunfisk, when shields are up, is a better answer, as you can really keep up with the pace of the Walrein. It does outpace to the Icicle Spears, but the matchup with Stunfisk is a little cleaner when shields are up. So we do tank the Earthquake here. We do tank one Earthquake. And this Walrein should just go for the Icicle Spear, which they do, so we do tank that. That was probably inadvisable, but we knew that they had 2, so we were going to have to shield 1 because we want to either take out the Walrein or grab a shield advantage with our Registeel. So we're going to look to go for the Focus Blast here. If they let this go, it would one-shot, but no, they do want to flip switch advantage, and that is okay. We're going to come in with Stunfisk, as we don't want our Sableye taking those heavy Icicle Spears from this large cuddly walrus here in front of us. Gonna go for the Rock Slide. That does loads of damage, and we're gonna look to catch. Just as I'm saying we don't want our Sableye taking damage, we catch it anyways. I had a feeling that they were weak to a steel type in the back, and they were! Holy smokes, they had a Charmer in the back! So we drew it back out with our Sableye, and Sableye coming in super clutch, hanging on, getting off big damage with the return before it charms us down. That was super clutch right there, guys. And we are going to look to get rid of the Wigglytuff with a Rock Slide. That's all we need to say bye-bye to the pink marshmallow known as Wigglytuff. And they do come back in with that Alolan Marowak. It's running Hex, so that is much better for us. And we're going to look to load up a little bit and one-shot the Alolan Marowak as we saw in that previous battle. Earthquake does one-shot, but what we should have done, guys, we made a big misplay. We knew that this Walrein, or at the time, we didn't recognize that the Walrein had so much residual energy that we should have overloaded a little bit more on that Marowak. And I'm hoping like heck that we can survive one Icicle Spear. It's not Shadow, but it does still KO. Walrein, 2 OP. Holy smokes, that was super close. Definitely winnable. Should have overloaded on the Marowak, but good game, well played. Definitely zigged when we should have zagged in that last one, but the goal is to learn from your mistakes. And here we go, Sableye mirror matchup on the lead. So obviously a very neutral lead. The way I like to play the Sableye lead is I will look to trade foul plays. I'll tank the first foul play, and if they throw up a shield, I will make a play into Stunfisk. You make the play into Stunfisk either way, whether they tank it or shield. They do shield, so we go into Stunfisk. And we do outpace. All we really need to do is go straight Rock Slide when they are at a shield disadvantage. We can absolutely tank a foul play, no problem. And the Rock Slide does chip quite a bit. As they make a play into Azumarill, we do have the energy lead on this Azumarill, so we're going to go for the Earthquake. This is just a Ice Beam. We can definitely tank an Ice Beam, not a big deal. Stunfisk is about as tanky as it gets. And we're going to see if this Azumarill wants to go completely down on shields. They can tank it, as we can see there. And I think we will look to get rid of the Azumarill. It can cause some problems for our Sableye, although Registeel can handle it as well. We do outpace to the next Earthquake, and we're going to see what they want to do. They let it go. So because they let that go, this is a nice farm down range. We're going to look to come in with our Registeel, because if you can overload on energy and get ahead with Registeel, you're in a good spot. Registeel loaded energy is about as dangerous as any Pokemon in the Great League. And they do come back in with the Sableye. We're going to shield this. We don't know what else they have in the back. Our Sableye is still relatively healthy. We're just going to look to get rid of this opposing Sableye here, as it can put out heavy damage on our Registeel as we say bye-bye to the Sableye. And they've got a Registeel of their own in the back. So, very tricky. We are even on shields, and they do win CMP tie. So, that is good to know. It changes things a lot here, because we are going to have to set up a catch. And this is going to be one of the easiest catches you can do, because it's basically a forced throw. A forced throw is when you threaten to do heavy damage to them. They have to throw to take us out. They cannot afford to overfarm, so we take full advantage of that, catching the Focus Blast on our Sableye, making the plays, but we're not out of the woods just yet, guys. We know that this does not KO from this health range. We have to hope like heck that we can lock on down this opposing Registeel before they get to it, and we do! Registeel coming in clutch in the end, lock on downing the opposing Registeel for the win. That's going to be a good game, well played. My goodness, how about Registeel coming in clutch in that last battle? That was super fun, guys, and picking up a positive lead in Medicham. About as positive of a lead as you can possibly see with Sableye, and they're staying in, which is kind of curious, guys. They could either be a little bit delusional, and I say that with the utmost respect, as some Medicham players can get a little overconfident in their Medichams. They're either that or extremely weak to Sableye in the back. Either way, we're completely fine with them staying in, because we absolutely need to get rid of this Medicham, and they're double shielding their Medicham. Holy smokes. This is insane, guys. We're going to shield up the potential boosted Psychic and look to get rid of the Medicham, but they've got a Scrafty in the back, so that is insane that they stayed in and took all that damage and went down on shields with their Medicham. We're going to shield up the pup. It always stinks to shield up a pup, but we don't want our Sableye getting too low. Even a resisted power-up punch would get us in a dangerous range, because we do need to take out that Medicham. So we do stay in, shield up, and look to get off the big return, getting the Scrafty into a manageable health range for our Stunfisk. It is essentially within Rock Slide range. And we're going to look to get rid of the Scrafty. Holy smokes. 2 fighters on the same team. That is insane, guys. I don't know what they do with the Charmers in the Great League, but they do come back in with the Medicham, and we're going to look to get off another Rock Slide. This won't quite KO Medicham. Medicham is quite bulky, and this does appear to be an XL Medicham, but it'll get it pretty low. And we do live that power-up punch, and they will look to counter down. So we're going to come in with Registeel and look to lock on down, get ahead on energy with our Registeel here, and they've got an Ariados in the back. Oh no. It is lights out, unfortunately, for our opponent. Ariados can do nothing to Registeel. Pains my heart to do this to my old pal Ariados. My goodness. We're going to look to get off of the Zap Cannon, and they are going down with the ship. At this point, I'm thinking, Trainer, don't make me do this to my old pal. Don't make me do it, Trainer. Please don't make me finish off my old pal Ariados. Please, just top left. Don't make me do it, Trainer. Please. But they are going to make me do it, guys. Unfortunately, as they do choose to play it out. We're going to go for the Zap Cannon and end the misery for my old pal Ariados. This is absolutely going to KO as we say bye-bye to the opposing Ariados. And Registeel mercifully closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Guys, if you're looking to make a nice, steady climb in the Great League, this team might be for you. It is so strong. As we pick up a very awful lead in Umbreon, so we're going right into our safe swap, Galarian Stinfisk, and they meet us with a Jellicent. Pretty neutral matchup here, so we're just going to go straight for the Earthquake, really put the pressure on this Jellicent here and see what they want to do. They do shield. They generally like to farm up to 100 energy. They'll usually bait first with a Bubble Beam and then look to go for the Shadow Ball, and that is exactly what they do. Making all the right calls thus far in this matchup here. We do tank that Bubble Beam, no problem, of course. We're going to look to go for another Earthquake. And we will look to shield up the next move because it is most likely the Shadow Ball. We really need to flip switch advantage, knowing that they have an Umbreon. Sableye wants nothing to do with an Umbreon, guys, so we are going to shield that up for sure. That would have done loads of damage as we look to go for another Earthquake, and they let the Jellicent go down, so that is amazing. And they've got a Talonflame in the back. Holy smokes. This is looking a little rough here, guys. They got a strong fire type in the back. That is bad news for our Registeel, and we do grab the shield there, but we're just not healthy enough to get to another Rock Slide. Oh! They look to snipe with their Umbreon, guys. WinCon spotted! Holy smokes! I think they may have had us dead to rights there, but we are going to take full advantage of this, guys. They had no idea we had a Registeel in the back. They might have gotten a little nervous. They probably thought that we were going to get to that Rock Slide, so they made what they thought was the right call in banking the energy and sniping with the Umbreon. But we are going to take full advantage of that. Like I said, WinCon spotted here, guys. So what we're going to look to do is build up to a Zap Cannon. We're tanking all of this. We absolutely need a shield for that Talonflame. It is absolutely loaded. We're going to bank a Zap Cannon and make an aggressive play back into our Sableye and look to load up on energy. We can tank a couple of these Dark Pulses as Umbreon does not hit particularly hard, and we are an XL, so we are fine there. Got a little gun shy, and we knew that we had the move on our Reggie. It's pretty much over, guys. We didn't even really need the back-to-back because the Talonflame's going to immediately throw, And we did successfully bank that Zap Cannon. So all we have to do is hit our move when we come in, shield, and we will trigger the CMP tie there, effectively winning the game. The Talonflame does have back-to-back flame charges, but it does not matter. We did trigger the CMP tie, so we're getting off the Zap Cannon. And we will absolutely be taking out the Flaming Bird of Terror as we say bye-bye to the Talonflame. Holy smokes, Registeel coming in clutch yet again. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Gotta recognize your win conditions to get ahead in Pokemon Go Battle League, guys. What an exciting battle. And here we go. Picking up not the best lead in Talonflame. It's always rough. Talonflame's just so overpowered, but we kind of have to stay in here. It would be a bit risky to switch into Stunfisk because it would have the energy lead on us. So the safer play is to just soft lose lead with Sableye and hope like heck that they don't have a fighter in the back. Which they could. Talonflame is a good lead to have in front of a fighter as it does resist charm, but I'm going to go for another foul play as we do grab the shield advantage. That is amazing. So now we come in with our Stunfisk. We know that if we shield this up, we will outpace to a Rock Slide. So that is the play. And we know that a catch is in play, but no, they kind of panic swap there. We weren't quite at the Rock Slide just yet, but they make a play into Serperior, and it is Registeel time. Serperior can do nothing to Registeel, guys. Everything is resisted from the Serperior, so this is pretty straightforward. It will take 2 Focus Blasts to take out the Serperior, as it is quite bulky. One of the bulkier grass types that you will find in the Great League. Right there with Meganium and Jumpluff, it is pretty bulky. So we do need 2 Focus Blasts to get rid of it, and it's kind of hard to overload on energy with Registeel. So we're just gonna take out the Serperior and try and stall our switch timer because we are fully expecting them to come back in with that Talonflame, and we know that they're one-off, so we go immediately. We catch them in the middle of their Incinerate animation. And that will spell out disaster as we say bye-bye. Oh, it looks like they force closed the app a little bit. Maybe got a little frustrated there. I was thinking in that moment, you better do the right amount of damage and you better not third shield because that would have been tragic. But no, I think that they did maybe force close the app a little bit. Maybe toss their phone to the side. Who knows? I get it. It can be frustrating as we can see that they have a Bastion. And they do start attacking there toward the end. But yeah, that was lights out. The key there was catching that Talonflame in the middle of the incineration. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Telling you guys, this team really racks up the wins in the Great League, guys. This team is so powerful. Here we go, picking up a pretty neutral lead in Altaria. Gonna go into Stunfisk and see what they have in the back. Want to draw out that fighter if they do have one. A fighter, maybe even a fire type. And that is exactly what we did here. We got a 4-armed monster here in front of us that hits like a truck. Holy smokes. Oh man, nothing lasts too long when it's faced up against a Shadow Machamp, especially when it can do super effective damage. So we trade shields there. Oh no, we grabbed a shield advantage at least. That's the power of Stunfisk on the safe swap. It can either flip switch or grab a shield advantage for you. We will shield up the cross chop, even resist it. It'll still do a lot of damage to us, and we know that we're going to be locked in against that Altaria. So we didn't want to take too much unnecessary damage from this Shadow Machamp here, and we do take it out with the foul play, or just about. Holy smokes. And we're going to immediately swap back into our Registeel, and they're staying in. So that is a huge tell, guys. Them staying in is very telling. Something in the back does not want to see a Registeel. So what we're going to do is just stall here. We're just going to keep going for these Zap Cannons. Maybe even grab a shield advantage, seeing that they're staying in. They can tank the first one, but they definitely cannot tank the second one. And we will tank everything that they have. We want our Registeel to leave this relatively healthy because something in the back does not want to see our Registeel. Maybe a Charmer or something something of that nature. So we're going to stall here, go for another Zap Cannon. This will likely grab that last shield, and it does, and switch timer's just about up. So we're going to draw out whatever didn't want to see the Registeel, and it's an Azumarill. Okay, so this is doable, guys. If shields were down, it would be lights out for our Sableye. But Sableye with a shield advantage on an Azumarill absolutely wins it, guys. So what we have to do is shield up the potential play rough here and look to get to another return. And that will absolutely take out the tanky water bunny known as Azumarill here. Sableye is so clutch and so powerful as we say bye-bye to the Azumarill, and Altaria is just about done. Can Sableye hang on? And it does! Holy smokes! Sableye putting in the work, sweeping the game. We're about to say bye-bye to the Altaria as well, courtesy of our Sableye. Oh my goodness, you gotta love good old Sableye, guys. Coming in super clutch. That's gonna be a good game. Well played. Sableye, holy smokes, has not failed me yet. When I play with Sableye correctly, it rarely fails me, guys. I'm telling you, love my Sableye. And we are met with a not so good lead in Galvantula, so we go into Registeel and we draw out a Swampert. So this is okay. We don't intend on shielding anything from the Swampert. We know that we can comfortably tank 2 of these Hydro Cannons, no problem. And we are just going to go straight for the Focus Blast here. Swampert can tank 1 Focus Blast, but they shield. So that is good. Registeel did grab a shield advantage for us, and we know that we can definitely tank another Hydro Cannon from this range. And hopefully get to another Focus Blast. I think we can, guys. Registeel's about as bulky as a Pokemon gets. If we get to that Focus Blast, I don't think that it would KO, but it would do loads of damage. And they double shield their Swampert. Wow. They really wanted switch advantage, and that is okay, guys. We will take the 2 shield advantage. We will gladly take that. We know that we tank 1 Hydro Cannon from a non-shadow Swampert. Doesn't hurt too much, and we will shield up the second one, as Swampert is about as spammy as a Pokemon gets. Holy smokes. This thing can get to charge moves extremely fast, and we're going to look to go for a Foul Play. It will not KO, but it will give us some nice farm. That is plenty of farm for us, but they don't want to get farmed. They make an aggressive play into a Skarmory. And if I'm going to nitpick, we probably could have stayed in there a little bit, knowing that the Swampert is super low and energy dry. But that's very nitpicky. Stunfisk is going to do just fine here. And we'll tank everything from the Skarmory here. We are going to save the shield. Galvantula down shields does not perform very well, and we are very well aware of that. We just go straight for these rock slides on the Skarmory. Skarmory tanks those rock slides pretty well, guys. They do hit for neutral at the end of the day. But that is all you do against the Skarmory. We know that they're going to try and Brave Bird us as they go down, and that is okay. We will tank this. The Galvantula can do nothing to our Stunfisk, especially from this health range, but they make an aggressive play back into the Swampert, and we farm it down with our Sableye, and they bring in the Galvantula. We got ahead on energy. We get to the return, and holy smokes, Sableye is about to send this Galvantula packing in the Great League. Holy smokes, and can we farm down the Skarmory, and we simultaneously KO? Oh my goodness, Sableye, an animal in the Great League. Holy smokes. Puts in the work like you wouldn't believe, guys. My goodness. And that is the team. What a way to end the video. Good game. Well played to our opponent. And as you can see, this team is quite strong, guys. I'm telling you. I want to bring you the best teams that can really help you achieve whatever your goals may be in Season 11 of Pokemon Go Battle League. So I had to give you another banger of a team in the Great League. Super solid team. Sableye on the lead is quite strong, guys. It has either very strong winning leads or very neutral leads to where it can win the lead. The only problem Sableye has, of course, are those Charmers. That is its one kryptonite, are those strong Charmers that we often see in the Great League. And for that reason, we've got 2 very powerful steel types behind Sableye in the form of Stunfisk on the safe swap, And Registeel in the back to close it strong. Stunfisk on the safe swap is one of the more reliable safe swaps. As we saw in many of those battles, it can often flip switch or grab a shield advantage, and Registeel can absolutely close it strong. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.